Okay, I'm back. I'm going to talk about file size. Well, maybe not file size today, but what kind of files you should submit to these music libraries. So here you can see I have a file called Magic and Mystery. And if you notice, I have, first of all, track description. So what I do is I will put in the tempo, the time signature, and a little blurb about the track, why people should buy it. And I usually do this in TextEdit. And I put it right at the top, and I get it to appear at the top by when you put in the title, just put a space, and it'll pop up to the top every time. So this might be something that I'll send this entire folder to the music library people. Usually I have WAV files and MP3 files. I'll talk about how to convert those in a minute. But if you'll notice, for files, so here's my main track, which I think is 2 minutes and 8 seconds, which is pretty long in the music library biz. So you can hear it. Then I have something called an underscore. Excuse me. And what underscore is basically you remove the entire melody from the track. And it's the same length. All these tracks are the same length. Well, not all of them. So same length as the other one, just the melody has been stripped out. And a lot of times they'll want to use this for dialogue and other things like that. Then I have something called a stinger. And this is a short track, usually 5 to 8 seconds long, that can be used for transitions. That was 4 seconds. But if you provide that, it saves the music editor a lot of work. Then I have a 90-second version, a 90-second underscore, a 60-second version, and a 30-second version. And I send all of these to the music library. Because if you can provide them with this, say they want to use this for a commercial, well, now you have a 30-second version of this. And try to make it musical when you do it. Just don't start it and stop it in the middle. Also, word of warning, don't go over 30 seconds. Anything from 27 to 30 is fine. Anything from 57 to 60 is fine. But if you'll notice, my 30-second track here is 29. My 60-second, it's exactly 60 seconds. My 90 seconds is 129. Anything below, a couple seconds below is fine, but don't go over. So then I convert these into MP3 files. And the way I do that, I use a program called Switch. And it's very simple. You just drag the files in here that you want converted. And you can actually do the encoder options and select the bit rate, everything else. It's a program called Switch, S-W-I-T-C-H. Do a Google search for it. Not real expensive. I want to say it's $29 to $30. So that gives you an idea of what you should be doing with files when it comes to submitting to these music libraries. Yes, it takes a lot more time to turn these into 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds. But you have to realize that most music supervisors and editors, when they're listening to this, they're not going to listen for 2 minutes. You also want to keep your intros short, if any. You want to get right into the material right away because they're not going to listen. So that gives you an idea of what kind of files you should be submitting.